pattern is often predictable. Would you like to know one way to take that predictable pattern to a much greater level of interest? You're about to find out.
Adorama TV presents You Keep Shooting with Bryan Peterson, where you'll learn unique and creative techniques that will elevate your photography skills. Here's your host, Bryan Peterson.
Well, I find myself here in the Jewel of Georgia, otherwise known as Jekyll Island. I'm on the beach at Jekyll Island and I'm surrounded by some phenomenal opportunities to photograph texture. In this case, all this texture is from all of these trees that are here on Driftwood Beach. Hi, I'm Bryan Peterson and you're watching Adorama TV. Now I've got my 24 to 85 Nikkor that has a really wonderful macro feature that allows me to get remarkably close. And you're going to find out why in a moment I've chosen to use this lens. As far as this lens is concerned, of course it's available at my friends at Adorama, where I'm sure you know by now, the customer service is fantastic, the prices are so darn low, I have to ask myself constantly, why would anyone shop anywhere else? As far as the photograph for today, I want to stress, it's all about the elements of design, which I talk a great deal about in my book, Learning to See Creatively. In particular, with all this texture, and you will see, as one example, all of these lines and the texture of the wood, that makes up line and makes textures, and all of it combined makes some wonderful pattern. Now I'm all for shooting pictures like this up to a point. Pattern in and of itself is incredibly predictable. And what I like to do is make things a little bit unpredictable. How do you do that? You introduce something that doesn't fit the pattern. In this case, right here in my pocket, earlier I found roadside, just up the street here, some wild Indian blanket flowers. And I pinch off the stem, I place that flower on top of this texture, and I make certain that I'm parallel to this tree, and take a look at that. Real simple exposure. Who cares aperture, because everything's at the same focus distance. So f11, in this case at 125th of a second. Compare that to the same photograph that I took earlier without the flower. And it becomes very obvious which photograph is a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Here's a few more examples where I've got a wonderful, predictable background of pattern that I've introduced something that doesn't fit the pattern, thus making its importance that much stronger. Just a simple idea that I know you're going to add soon to your compositional array of ideas. And until next time, this is Bryan Peterson saying, you keep shooting.
For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. Place your order by 8 p.m. and it ships the same day. Plus, next time you're in New York City, be sure to visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.